You're listening to No Plot, Only Lore, a podcast about games and the tables we play them at. Your DMs tonight and every night are Josh and Chris. You can find us on all podcast platforms or check us out at noplotonlylore.com. If you like what you hear today, please rate and review the show and share it with everyone you've ever met. Welcome back to No Plot, Only Lore. This week brought to you by the show I can never finish an entire episode of, The Office.
Ooh, that's the one you can't do? Because mine is...
I can't do it.
I got through a lot of it, but mine is... I think you should leave.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, we've talked about that one a little bit.
Yeah.
And I have not even tried watching clips.
Oh, okay.
I can watch The Office in clips.
Yeah.
Right? Like, the thing about, like, Jim coming in as a completely different person and just, like, gaslighting Dwight for a while, hilarious.
Yeah.
There are pranks that are funny. There are bits that I get. Every episode, there is something in it that makes me want to stand up and put it on pause and walk around the room with my hands on my head going... Because I feel it in my bones.
I've only had that experience with, like, Michael-heavy episodes. And, like, really only Michael is the one sitting there, like, firmly burying his foot in his mouth and just having to, like, soak in the awkwardness. But every other character
season has a lot of Michael.
Yeah. You can straight up just, like, skip the first season or two.
I've heard that. And there is a different part of my brain that refuses. I require the context of season one in order to be able to move on. Maybe I can just read the Wikipedia article.
Yeah, do that, because it gets a lot more, like, cozy and wholesome. Because season 1 and 2 are really trying to recreate the British Office, which is super Michael focused and super, like, awkward and focused on his awkwardness and social ineptitude.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank you, sir. You may have it back.
Yeah.
Do not want that level of cringe.
Yeah, I'm with you. If something is too cringy, if it's too... I can't do secondhand embarrassment. Like you said, I have to pause, I have to leave, I have to walk around.
I learned recently that this is not a universal phenomenon.
Yeah, I mean, if you've ever spent any amount of time watching, like, not vloggers, what do they call them now? IRL streamers. There's a good number of them that just inhabit that, like, I have no boundaries, and I can inhabit the awkwardness of a space indefinitely to make other people react where I won't. And my assumption was that was some sort of genetic flaw, but apparently I'm the flawed one.
Well, like, apparently the sensation of secondhand embarrassment, right, just like feeling empathetically embarrassed for another person, is only a subset of the population.
So it kind of explains a lot, just the lack of empathy part, but...
Yeah. But, no, it's... I was shocked. I was literally... Like, anytime one of those things comes up where it's like part of my lived experience is not part of everybody's lived experience, just like I made an assumption that this is just how life works, because this is how life works for me.
Right.
It's a little bit of like an existential mindfuck.
Yeah, it would be.
Right, like the whole thing about, like, there are people who don't have an internal monologue.
Right. Those people should be studied and locked up.
Or people who don't have a visual imagination.
I almost understand that one more.
I kind of get that one, but, like, I cannot fathom what that would be like.
Right. Yeah. No, it seems impossible to live without a mind's eye to take advantage of. But I sort of get the idea more than not having an internal monologue. Like,
yeah.
do you just not think?
Well, no, you think. You just don't think in words.
But how
Which,
do
again,
you, how do you think without words? Thoughts are just talking on the inside. How?
Not for them, apparently.
How
I don't
does
know
that...
I don't...
What, do they got, like a little mental flip book that's just kind of animating what might happen?
Not if they don't have a visual imagination.
Nah, if they have both and they're just like, oh! That to me seems like the definition of lights on, nobody's home. Because they're just...
Yeah.
And it's like, how are you capable of introspection without either of those things? That makes me wonder if that is part of what makes up like true sentience and intelligence. And if you lack those things, then you're not like fully formed. Like you're not like there's still a soft part on the top of your head that I can squish with my thumbs, you know?
That is a significantly hotter take than I was expecting this episode to start. Okay, so cringe.
Yeah.
It is a thing that happens, and I don't know when it starts, because, like, I know that as a kid, I never really felt embarrassed for other people.
Right.
Right, like there was never a time where I was like, they probably shouldn't have done that. Like
for me, it always happened like when it came to like, I guess like physical failures. You know, like you see someone like fall and hit themselves in the nuts, you're like ugh. But like,
yeah,
and it was never like an emotional response where it was like, oh my god, he must feel so whatever.
Well, and I feel like that's maybe just like part of the development of empathy.
Yeah.
Right, like as you grow, you begin to better understand other people's embarrassment because you have a better understanding of your own.
Right. Maybe it's...
I think that's like...
I wonder if it's you're incapable of empathizing in that way until it happens to you because you just don't have any context to understand what they might be going through.
I wonder if people who don't experience cringe just haven't had sufficiently embarrassing experiences.
Right.
In which case, somebody who is not me should have to put them through some sufficiently embarrassing situations so that we can develop that empathy.
Yeah.
But I can't do it because I'm going to cringe the whole way through.
Ugh. Yeah, you're right. It's a public service that should be done by someone who's not capable of visually imagining things or whatever the hell we were just talking about.
That's the last one.
Yeah.
That's the last person who gets to not cringe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was thinking about specifically performative cringe.
Okay.
Because like one of the things that I think is kind of interesting is the idea of like cringe at the table.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like I think that almost every table has had a moment where everybody just kind of looks weird at one of the players and like raises an eyebrow because they said something in a way, right? Like not necessarily in like a bad way or they said something that was wrong, just like that the thing that you just said is kind of embarrassing.
Right.
Like you just read poetry in the perspective of your character.
Right. So cringe is sincerity?
I think cringe can come from sincerity.
Okay.
Like, I think one of the things that we often see in cringe, and I think this also comes back to The Office a little bit, is that, like, Michael Scott isn't trying really hard to pretend he's a thing. Right? Like, he's very sincerely trying. He's very obviously giving it his best and failing spectacularly.
Yes. He's very sincerely getting it completely wrong.
Yeah, and it's coming from a genuine place.
Yeah.
Right? Like a genuine place of care and consideration. He's just caring and considering the wrong things.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, like, we kind of develop the social rules for that through pretend play.
Okay.
Which is kind of its own like genre of role-playing games. Like I think one of the first role-playing game academic works that I read talked about how most people's first role-playing game is Cops and Robbers.
Yeah, or House or something like that.
Yeah, where you're just like pretending to take on a role and like figuring out what the role does and thinking like them and trying to do the things that they do. And when we're doing that pretend play as kids, it's not a cringe thing. It's just trying something on.
Well, and it's also, I think specifically in those things from kids, there's a bigger part of it too that is not like it's mimicking something you've seen happen elsewhere and trying it on that way, right? Like it's not like you give the kids like, oh, hey, go play House. What does that mean? I don't know. You figure that out, right? Like they've seen House be modeled to them before. They've seen maybe Cops and Robbers be modeled to them before. So now they're going to go try on the different roles. Well, I was going to say, like, these things are becoming weirdly like less and less common because the things that we're modeling to children have changed, right?
Yeah.
So like,
yeah, now it's going to be like a 24-hour Mr. Beast challenge that you're
like being vulnerable for a second here. Like my kid, I played video games growing up. He's seen me play video games and interact with other people. But when he's sitting somewhere playing video games by himself, he has a tendency to model the behaviors that he has seen YouTubers do in the way that he like narrates his actions or talks to friends or chat that might not be there,
Yeah. My kid too. Also, like he doesn't necessarily talk to chat.
Right.
But like he definitely talks to himself a lot more than I did when I was playing games as a kid. He's a lot more vocal about what it is that he's doing, and like narrative engagement in it is part of his experience with playing video games.
Yeah.
I don't think he's trying to be Preston Plays, but
hate that man so much.
How's Unspeakable in your house?
Banned from my house. the one that I need to get rid of right now is Kalis. Kalis has infiltrated the building. Kalis tends to do more Roblox based stuff. Yeah,
that might be something that I need to look out for with my kid, because he's one of the interesting things that Thor is doing is getting really into like lore heavy games.
Oh yeah.
Where like he started pretty early on like the Five Nights at Freddy's type stuff.
Yeah.
And like Five Nights has a lot of lore in it.
Yeah.
And he's kind of transitioned that into currently Forsaken on Roblox, which is like Dead by Daylight, but with worse character design.
Yeah, see my kids playing a bunch of stuff that's vaguely connected to Italian brain rot and Plants vs. Zombies for some reason.
There is going to come a time where you and I are going to go through the Chimpanzini Bananini and the Tung and talk about how we can incorporate those into role-playing games, because I'm chasing that clout, bruh.
Please don't make me do this. My kids have to grow up with a father. They can't come find me, toaster in the hot tub. Like,
I legitimately, I wonder if Chimpanzini Bananini is still the like logo, like the profile picture for our team at work.
I didn't even look. Gross. Anyways.
And actually I think that like segues as well, where it's just like one of the cringe things that I do.
Right.
one of the things that I engage in that other people find cringe is I adore newer generations' weird shit.
Yeah.
Right. So like I am fully versed in the Italian brain rot.
Yeah.
My kid fucking hates it.
Good.
He thinks it's trash. It's absolute garbage. And I will taunt him with it because I think it's funny.
You know, I think honestly that is the tactic I need to. Right now, my kids know that they can taunt me with 6-7, and it just gets under my skin. I think I need to turn it on them.
I did that too. He started calling it unfunny number, right? Like he likes 69, right? Like he likes the implication of 69.
Of course.
It's classic.
Yeah. Nice.
He's not as big a fan of the 6-7s. And so I've started doing the 6-7s. And anytime I'm referring to it, I call it funniest number.
You know, I saw a school photo this week of a kid who threw up a 6-7 like a gang sign, and I think that's what I need to start doing to really throw my kids off. It's just hanging the 6-7 in front of them.
Yeah, what the skibbity?
Yeah,
my
like
Ohio's.
The world's worst like gangbanger, just like, what up?
That's also a thing that I do that is like deeply cringe. Is I have a deep appreciation for slang in general.
Yeah.
I use more Gen Alpha slang than my kid does.
Like because you want to, or because you want to hurt him?
Both.
Okay. Because that's just like dad culture.
It's a little bit dad culture to like hurt your kids by being a chuggy asshole. I get it.
Yeah.
But like there's also, I think, just something kind of appealing about the word Rizzler.
Sure. Well, and the fact that you're the only person I've ever known who actually uses the word chuggy.
Yeah. It's an identifier that I've taken on to myself.
I don't know. It's gone from group identifier to now just a singular identifier. Like this is just Christopher speak.
Yeah. It's kind of funny because like I don't know if I've talked about it on the podcast before, but I have a really deep appreciation for that word in particular because it has become the thing that it describes.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
It's
like
the
chuggy for like
our
audience
popular culture.
Very heavily millennial. So for the millennials in our audience, chuggy means an older person who is attempting to engage with youth culture in a way that is cringe or embarrassing.
Right.
Using the word chuggy is cringe and embarrassing, and the fact that I am using it means that it is an older person using this older term to describe the thing that it is described. I fucking love it. It's so choice.
Saying chuggy is now chuggy.
Saying chuggy is chuggy by itself, and the fact that I am an old person saying chuggy just elevates it.
Delicious.
I love it so much I snorted. Okay. Whew. Irony. Irony is kind of like the anti-cringe.
Right.
I think. And I think like maybe it's like 20 minutes into this episode, but I feel like the thesis that I want to get to is that cringe isn't cringe.
Okay.
Right. I think that like...
Okay, say what you're going to say, because I have a thought about that phrasing.
Yeah. I think that like the things that we identify as being cringe tend to be sincerity and engaging directly and empathetically with whatever the media is, and coming with authenticity to a thing that other people would not necessarily bring authenticity to.
Right.
Like sitting down and pretending to be a wizard with your friends is a silly thing to do.
Right.
And if you approach that with deep sincerity and earnestness and import
Right.
that can come across to other people as being embarrassing and cringe.
Okay.
I don't think that's true.
Okay. I was gonna say, like, yeah, I think what's happened is that, like, cringe has gone from being empathetic to being redefined as, like you said, a negative, like, stereotype of sincerity. Like,
Yeah.
enjoying things has become cringe because the default setting now is supposed to be detached irony. Because if people see you actually enjoying something, that is a weakness in your armor and something that they can wield against you. But if you don't actually care about anything, then you're safe.
Well, and that's why I think that irony does work to try and, like, kind of buffer us from that. Like, if you're coming at it with the memes and the jokes and the in-jokes, it makes your table feel safe.
Yeah.
Right? It inures you to the need for connection.
Right.
And engaging with the media directly and wholeheartedly, and the vulnerability that can come with that.
Right.
And I think that, like, part of the redefinition of cringe from being, like, the thing that I feel when I watch somebody doing a thing that's embarrassing to, oh my God, that's so cringe, is that it's turned into, like, a policing thing.
Right.
Right. It's enforcing conformity emotionally.
Yeah. It's a form of like indirect bullying almost.
I mean, not even so indirect if you're, like, hanging around middle schoolers.
True.
Right.
True.
Like, if you're hanging around a flock of middle schoolers, you will absolutely hear at least one of them over the course of, like, a half hour be like, oh my God, that's so cringe.
Right. And all it is someone, like, just actually liking something. Or
like,
doing something that is, like, normal in their household, but, like, maybe not an everyday occurrence elsewhere.
Or old people just existing. That there has been at least one occasion when I have been at a mall, and for the people who do not know, I look like a Santa wizard that just stepped out of a San Francisco nightclub.
Yeah.
And I have walked past a group of people, and at least one of their kids has just been like, cringe. And it hurt.
Yeah.
It hurt my soul.
I bet it did. Because that's a condemnation of just, like, your whole aura. Like,
I didn't do anything. I was just walking.
Yeah. Just existing. And they're like, oh, hey, your existence is sad and makes me embarrassed to think about.
Yeah. But, like, we're both from improv backgrounds.
Yeah.
And
which is I would say improv is both a source of and an inoculation against cringe.
Yeah, I think it's a necessity.
Yeah.
Like, you need to engage with your cringe in improv very early and very often.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to be okay with that.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you cannot be cool and do improv at the same time. It is impossible.
There is no faster route to ego death than an improv class.
Okay. The absolute worst thing that has ever happened to me personally is not this, but I'm going to talk about this thing anyway.
Okay.
I am hyperbolizing, but this fucking sucked. In an improv class, standing up in front of a group of people that I had not yet met, saying a thing that I was sure was going to sell.
Yeah.
Saying a thing that I knew was going to hit, and I would get at least, like, a puff of air out of the nose to dead fucking silence.
Yep.
It is soul crushing.
Yep. There's nothing that hits like nothing.
I am cringing thinking about it right now. It hurts, and I do not like it. But that was the first day.
Yeah.
Right? And like you have to keep doing it. Right?
Yep.
Like even though you just embarrassed yourself, and even though you're watching other people embarrass themselves, the only thing to do is just keep getting up and doing it.
Well, and I think that's part of the whole thing too, is that like you got to experience that silence, and then 20 minutes later you got to be that silence for somebody.
Yeah, and you feel bad both times.
Yeah. Yeah, but
right?
like
nobody wants to watch a joke fail. Oh my god.
Well, and what you watch too is like a joke you can tell means a lot to somebody because it's one that they have thought of before, and we're like, oh man, this would kill. And then you see them watch the circumstances start to like coalesce, like, oh my god, I get to deliver this line that I have practiced. And then they throw it out there and it just dies. It just...
Or worse. Oh my god. When they get off the stage and they're like, that killed the last time I did it. And you're just like, oh fuck, he's done it before.
Well, hey, those people too, where you're like, oh, you need this more than I do. Like,
yeah. I brought no material.
Yeah.
I packed my shoes and hope. That was it.
Yeah. And they're practicing bits for their real life, and you're like, nah, man.
Yeah, no, I got nothing for that. But like, I think that like that practice and like doing it in a safe place where like everybody is going to do it.
Yeah.
Helps.
Right. And the honesty makes you better. I mean, there's no reason to sit there and feel like you sit there and you bomb and then someone else bombs and you go back and forth bombing in front of each other and you get funnier and you realize that like, yeah, it stung inside, but you powered through it. Like you didn't die,
that experience when the first time you bomb so bad, it is funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. That's a good one too. Yeah. You come out there and you're like, man, that couldn't have gone worse. And you're just thinking through like every single little quip that I came up with. Just like it's like I farted out, and a fart would have been funnier.
That just killed in all the wrong ways.
Yeah.
I cannot replicate that because it requires me to very genuinely and honestly fail several times while trying my fucking hardest.
Yeah.
Unusable in any other circumstance.
Yeah.
But I think is it Huizinga?
Sure.
Huizinga? Talks about like the magic circle of games, which is just like the kind of the same idea as like the shared imagined space, but like it's kind of like the opposite of it, right? It's like the idea that like the game itself is a bubble,
right?
And like the rules of the outside don't necessarily correlate to the rules on the inside,
right?
Like, the rules on the inside stand alone; they are their own. I think that understanding that the social rules are different and that everybody is expected to engage and that everybody is occasionally going to do a thing that is cringe or bad or like funny in the wrong way can be very encouraging in games. I want to know how to get there because I think that a lot of the tools that we have for like emotional safety in games are kind of pointed in weird directions.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. It's, oh God, how do I even explain this? Like, there's a certain amount of a deal that you make with, whether it's your improv troupe or with the table that you join, that like, we're going to partake in this shared delusion together, and no one is going to detach themselves from it, like you said, in that like safe, ironic way where it's like, oh, ha ha ha, I didn't take it seriously. And the first evidence you have of someone doing that, as a group, you have to attack it. Like,
yeah.
Like when, so, and I've experienced this before, but being in an improv group where someone comes in and you can clearly see they have bits and they want to get a laugh from the room and they're not actually committed to improving their skill.
Mm-hmm.
They're just falling back on their old stereotypes and like, well, and stupidly to bring up your example, but like when Michael is partaking in his improv group and keeps bringing an imaginary gun into every scene, like that level of inability to engage in good faith with the exercise needs to be attacked both by the orchestrator, so whether it's your director or your DM, and also by the people at the table who are like, hey, like this is what we're doing together and you're not participating in that. And it's not okay that you are like judging us from an outside perspective. Like if you're here, you're in the mud with us. You're not the cool kid at the table because we're all dorks for playing D&D.
Well, and like we're all engaged in a level of dorkery that eschews the idea that we are going to be cool.
Right.
Right? Like you're pretending to be a halfling.
Yeah.
That's fucking cringe.
Yeah.
That is just on its baseline. You are pretending to do or be a thing that you are not. And that is not a thing that you can do in most social situations.
Right.
Right? Like if you bring that to a party, it is not a party trick. People are going to find you annoying.
Well, and I've seen this like start and get pushed out in a very quick and a very like I don't want to say gentle, but a very like useful and constructive way. So back in the early days of actual play stuff and live play stuff, when Acquisitions Inc. was first getting off the ground, one of the Mike Krahulik came in with a bit of ironic detachment and wasn't super taking the game seriously. Like his first instinct was to name his character Jim Dark Magic, right? Like,
right.
And you could see right away Scott was like, oh, like, yeah, just name him fucking Chet Awesome Laser and I'll be Maynard Shorty Pants. Like, so it came from the table too, where it's like, hey man, we all agreed to do this thing together. If you're not going to take it at least somewhat seriously, then like, why are we here? And then, Jerry jumped in and they turned that into like, okay, let's like, we understand that there's a level of joke here. We're going to play the game seriously, right? And It became, oh, well, now he's of the New Hampshire Dark Magics. And like, there's an arrogance to this character because, he's full of himself, which is why he kind of doesn't take the things around him as seriously as other people do. And then you saw Perkins sort of like work to directly engage Mike, who he saw was already pulling back from the table as the game started, and was like, no, let's bring you back in. Let's get you, in the headspace of Jim Dark Magic, who I'm going to take seriously in my campaign. And then you're going to take whatever that first little seed of a goofball character is and grow something out of it, right? And so he got him to, think about personifying the arrogance and the weirdness of a guy who is detached from the setting while still being attached to the game.
We have sung his praises before, but like one of the things that I think Chris Perkins has, in a way that I've never seen another DM utilize before, is just some absolutely incredible improv instincts.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
And maybe this could just be the trick, is that like you have to be in a yes and place.
Right.
But the yes has to be sincere.
Right.
right? The and can be whatever the fuck you want.
Yes.
Right? It can be a joke. It can be like stupid. It can be whatever. The yes has to be sincere.
Right. And that's definitely something that, like, when he says yes to something, he says yes to everything. Right? So, like, you made this dumb, offhanded joke about your character, but yes, that is his name. That's a real person. Right? And then the and is, what does that actually mean?
Yeah.
But
and it can be a joke again, right?
Yeah.
Like you can take that thing and, like, New Hampshire dark magics is still a joke.
Right. But then you've written the first line of that character's backstory.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
And everybody else taking it graveyard serious means that, one, you didn't get the chuckle you're looking for.
Right.
And two, that's locked into that shared imagined space now. You have written that as rule for your character now.
Yeah. And it also says, hey, you're allowed to make jokes, but we're also going to, like, take everything that you say seriously. Right? Like, I mean, you know, and to a lesser extent, Scott Wynn did the same thing when talking about his character. It was like, yeah, I named him Binwin Bronzebottom because I wanted, like, the dwarvish compound name and also a butt. Like, but butts are funny, you know? Like,
butts are funny. Yeah.
But yeah, like,
I think if there's one thing that we can take away from this episode, it is that butts are hilarious.
Hey, thanks for making it all the way through this episode of No Plot, Only Lore. If you're looking for more, you can always find us at noplotonlylore.com and on all the very best podcast platforms. If you like what you heard today, please share, rate, and review the show to feed my never-ending need for attention and validation.